How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I did an intro for this video and it was the first time I was seeing this car, and went to get a head start on my editing and it's gone. So I'm gonna redo this. This is Tuesday. I bought the car Saturday, seen it for the first time then, and did a little bit with it Saturday and then worked on it yesterday. You'll see all that coming up, but just to redo this intro a little bit here, we'll walk around it, show you what we're dealing with, and then we'll get right into it. So it's been in this machine shed with a concrete floor for over 10 years. And there you have it. What we're dealing with is a 1971 Plymouth Valiant Scamp. Very, very clean car. Was originally a slant 6 car. The guy that bought it in '99 and last touched it in '04 based on some of the receipts I've found. But yeah, there you have it. So a little preview into what has been worked on so far. Just don't worry about that right now. I have been into this, but right before it got parked, it had a brand new Edelbrock intake, carburetor, air cleaner, headers, distributor, shift linkage, low car, kickdown cable, numerous things, and I think it's going to be pretty good. So we'll go do a little walk around here and show you what we got. Here's a little bit of rust down on the fenders, and a little bit back in the back, but otherwise this thing is super straight, super clean. Gold on white, beige, I don't know what you want to call it, but looks good. So this is the box that was in here. It's got brand new low car stuff in here. There's a receipt in here for, let me find it here. So yeah, ignition package, manifold, carb, fuel line kit, kickdown kit, throttle cable kit, air cleaner, and headers. So yeah, like $800 worth of stuff that was done on 6/16/04. So that was the last time this thing ever ran, apparently. We also got a bunch of stickers. So Summit, if you're watching this, start putting all these stickers back in the boxes. There's tons in here. You don't get that anymore. So that's what we're dealing with there. I'll go over to the other side here. Yeah, very, very nice car. Marshalltown, Iowa, new. So it's a fairly local car. And I've already vacuumed out this stuff. I was up under there the other day, so I did that. But this interior is super nice. 33,000 miles, supposedly to be original. Don't have any reason not to believe that. Brake pedal looks really good. All the carpet and everything looks really good, so I believe that fully. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Other than that, it's going to clean up really well, I'm thinking. Black vinyl top. Everything else looks pretty good on it. So that's a little bit of an intro here, guys. Sorry, I know it's not what I had originally videoed, but we're going to get right into it and see if we can't get this thing running. All right, everybody, we are back for day 2. It's actually a couple days later, but back at it here. Still here. Nobody else got it going in 2 days, so we'll get set up here and get after it. All right, well, got good voltage at the battery. Traced it around. It's going into the inside, so I'm going to get the sucker out here, clean up that floor so I can actually lay on it, because that's gross. And then one other thing that I noticed that is probably going to cause an issue is there doesn't seem to be a coil anywhere that I can see anyway, unless I'm blind. But oh, there it is. Yeah, didn't look very hard, so we should be actually okay there as long as the coil is good. But yeah, still no lights inside. I did check the battery like I said, so we're gonna suck that out a little bit and see why we're losing power inside to back out here. Check it out, guys. This thing cleaned up awesome. And based on that brake pedal there and everything up under here, I'm gonna say without a doubt that this is actually a 33,000 mile car. I mean, this thing is just stupid clean in here. Carpet's clean. I mean, even the mat doesn't really have anything on it. Shed pedals are nice. Seat, I mean, door sill, literally, like, this thing is really good. So after checking all the fuses, we got power to everything. There's a couple that have power all the time. There's a couple that have power when the key is on. So key's working, everything there. We got some lights. See there? That light, headlight, light, light, light. So the lights are all working. So we got good battery and we got good power. So that's a plus. But now we just got to figure out what's going on further. See why we don't have no crankage. Doesn't look like we have dash lights. And we don't have those dummy lights over there, so just out of curiosity. I don't think we got no radio. No fan. Oh, this one's working. Got AC, allegedly. So we got power around here. We just gotta figure out why we don't have it up here. All right, so got the carburetor juiced up a little bit. That sticky linkage there, got it sprayed down and tapped on it a little bit, and it's starting to move, so we'll let that kind of do its thing. But these Mopars got a little deal right here. I don't know if you can see it past the wires or not, but it's like your starter solenoid type deal. It's got hot in, and I got power on these two when the key is turned. So everything up there is working, but it is not sending it to the exciter wire. So we're just gonna pop that over real quick and see if she cranks. Seems to crank. It's a little slow, but it is cranking, so that's a good thing. Might get these plugs out of here and see what we got. I can smell fuel already, so I don't know where I'm smelling that from, but definitely need to get that into a can or something to make sure it ain't going through the carb just yet, because I'm sure it's very ripe. So we'll get going on that stuff and see what we got here in a second before we worry about all this spark stuff, because that's going to be a chore, I'm thinking. So we'll go from there, see what we got. Well, we're making progress. There was 2 plug wires that were completely chewed in half by mice. When I went to O'Reilly's this morning, picked up some parts that I thought I might need. Literally, they only had 2 that I thought would work. So luckily, they are just about perfect, so that'll work good. That'll be temporary. Obviously, there's some other ones that got some chew marks in them, but throttle linkage, what was stopping it up was the brand new Locar 727 kickdown cable. I don't know what's going on with that, but just disconnected that for now, so carburetor's freed up, so that's good. Other than that, I got the coil basically hot wired up over here. Whoever worked on it last had the Mopar electronic ignition basically completely cut out of it, the ballast resistor, the little Mopar ECU thing. So just got that hot wired up right now. Looks like everything's fairly good. So basically what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna spray some stuff down the carburetor and gonna see if it fires up. We won't let it run for but a couple seconds. If it does fire, I don't really have much confidence it's gonna have spark at all, so we're just gonna see what happens here and see if maybe it'll run without doing too much to it. So get that sprayed down pretty good, and we'll just see what we got, I guess. Probably don't have spark, so kind of what I figured. Does crank over all right. It's kind of slow, but should probably pull the spark plugs out and lube it up a little bit. I'm sure it's probably a little crusty in there. I'm sure it ain't too bad. It's been dry in here, so we'll keep going and see what we got. I only have like a day, maybe 2 to do this, so plenty of time, right? Alright, so went back through everything and remembered, hey, I got those instructions from when they put that in there. Might as well use them. So this is the diagram that is given for a street rod, apparently, for that distributor, whatever. So it's probably for the factory stuff too. So basically, when they cut this down, they didn't leave anything to go on here. I think some of this stuff is actually the doings of mice, but not all of it. So based on this, I just went ahead and cobbled this up real quick. This is not permanent by any means. I mean, it's just what I could do with what I have laying here. So basically, this coil start here will be right there, and then I mean, it's got its distributor stuff. The blue wire for the run
I actually checked with the key on, it has power, so it should stay running. Once I start with this, I can hold this on there, start it, it should run. I can take this off and it should stay running with this power, and then it should turn off with the key, so we'll be good there. So really, we're going to go ahead and try that, see if we got spark now. We'll throw that spark plug back in. And well, we might actually check, see if we got spark with it out first, but then we'll throw it back in and spray some brake cleaner down it and see if we can get it to fire off for a little bit. And then we'll deal with the other 300 things we got to do. Got to see if these even roll. I haven't touched the brake pedal yet because I'm just kind of scared to do it. So we will see if we got spark and see if we can get this thing running, and then we'll work on the rest of it. Alright, so I got my coil hot here and my key. So we'll see if we got spark on that, and then if we do, we will see if we can make it run. Don't know what that was. Didn't sound good. Does not seem to have spark there. Roll the key forward just for the heck of it. Try her again. Still nothing. Alright, so went down the road, got a coil for this, went ahead and threw it on. The bracket for it actually I found on the ground over there, so that's nice. Threw it on, got it hooked up. I'm not even going to pull a plug, I'm just going to try it and see if it works or not. So spray a little more in there. See if we get any type of hesitation or anything out of it. Got our start wire here. Seemed like nothing yet. Well, we've done a couple things, still no luck. So one big thing on these Mopar boxes here, they gotta have a good ground. So I went ahead and ran that over to there. And then basically what I'm seeing is when these don't have a load on them, it doesn't send anything to the coil to tell it to fire. It's got a little pickup in there, the electronic pickup that goes through here and goes back, tells the coil to fire. That's not happening. Like I said, that distributor is brand new. I mean, it's old, but it's new. The air gap on the pickup and the little rotor deal is good. The coil is obviously brand new, just put that on. This ballast resistor, it has got the proper resistance on it. So when everything is working as it should, you should see kind of a lower voltage here and a low voltage on your negative until it tells it to fire. Well, everything in the system has battery voltage right now. So basically, if I take this, put the key in run here, keys in run, take my meter here. When I go to the negative side there, it's got battery voltage, which it should not have until it tells it to fire. So same thing with the ballast resistor. It's got 11.5. It should not be that much on the start terminal when it's in the run position, because going through this resistor it should drop it down, and same on that. So I'm suspecting that this box is junk. Basically gonna have to get one of those tomorrow morning first thing. Can't really do a whole lot without that. If they got a ballast resistor, I'm just gonna get one of them, and then I'll probably try and get all the wires too. When I looked this morning, I thought that this car had 90s on the plug side. It does not. So with that information, I should be able to get a full set of wires. That'll make that a lot easier. I'll go get all that stuff first thing in the morning, and then we'll go back to this. But I think once we get spark, shouldn't have any problem. I mean, it seems like it's turning good. I got another battery with me, so I'll bring that again tomorrow. Like I said, this is doing everything it should, so we're good there. These tires, he aired them up. I don't know whenever he took pictures to put it online for sale. They're all holding air. I looked at it, like I said, Saturday, and it's Monday, and I haven't touched them, and they all still got air, so that's good. Only other thing, I haven't messed with the brakes yet, so kind of nervous on what we're gonna get there. So let's just find out here. So, moment of truth. Oh, we got a pedal. It doesn't go all the way down, but it is there, so we might have brakes. It actually doesn't feel too bad, so hopefully we'll be good there. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna pick up some of this stuff, head home, have some supper. I'll grab that stuff in the morning. We'll be back out here and see what we got. I'm not that close to anywhere to go get parts quickly, so I'm about 35 minutes or so from anywhere that has anything. So unfortunately, it's just not in the cards to run back and forth a bunch at once, especially when I don't live that far away in the first place. So I mean, I'll just go home and grab the stuff in the morning and come back tomorrow. I got a couple partial days, I should say, that I can get this done. So not the best scenario, but I'll just come back tomorrow and we'll slap that ignition stuff on. We should have a spark, get it rolling, get it out of here. So we'll be right back for you guys, and I'll be back tomorrow, so we'll snap right to that. Alright, so we are back for day 2-ish, 3, I don't remember. But anyway, stopped at the parts store this morning. They had ordered me some stuff that I couldn't get right away yesterday. So I got a new ignition box, whatever you want to call it, ballast resistor, and a coil wire. They didn't have all the plug wires still, so no luck there. We're just going to have to deal with what we got. But we're going to do this, and since I messed up that intro and some of that got deleted or whatever, I'll go over a little bit of this history that the guy was talking about on this. So from what he told me, when he bought the car in '99, a buddy of his had a well, I should say a junkyard down the road. Had a early '70s, he said it was the same year, not too sure, motorhome or pickup or whatever that had been laid over. So this engine and transmission is out of that truck. These Scamps did not have 360s factory. They had a 340 slant 6 and I believe a 318, not too sure, but not a 360 until a couple years later when they had the regular
Valiants or darts, you know, when they changed body styles. But other than that, they didn't ever come with a 360, so it's not really correct, but it's kind of period correct. It has a early 70s 360 in it. So that's kind of what we're dealing with here. Other than that, supposedly it has a 8 3/4 out of a late 60s Barracuda, 66, 67, somewhere around there. Not too sure on the authenticity of that. He said that he got it from some buddies of his, didn't really ask a whole lot of questions, so not too sure what we got going there, but supposedly that's what's in it. So we will get this ignition stuff in here and see if we can get some spark on this thing finally. So you'll notice that this is completely kind of cobbled. I'm sure I have that in a recent clip, but the connector for it is completely trashed. So this is just the best thing right now because it's all I got to work with. So we're gonna get this stuff on here, bolt this back down, change our ballast resistor, put that coil wire on, and then give it a crank and see what we got. So these are notorious for failing. I have heard that. I've never really been around this Mopar ignition stuff. It's really not complicated. It's just different, you know. So hopefully this will get us where we need to be. I have been around some of the ballast resistor stuff, but not a whole lot really. It's not like the good old GM one-wire HEI stuff. Not necessarily one wire, but you know what I mean. Simple. Simple and easy. I'm going to put the factory bolt back in there because that other one is not greased. Now this other ballast resistor did test out good, but it was literally like $6. So just figured we'd throw one in there just to be on the safe side. So get this back off of here. And that's that. Pretty simple. See what we got.
imagine that. But I do have another battery, so I'll go grab that. And we will give it another shot. Alright. New battery in. Good to go there. So we will try this one more time. See what we get. Hold that open. That's what those are for, don't you? Well, I heard something clicking that time. More than there was. So that's a plus, I think. Still no starter key, but holy crap, we got spark now. So ECU did it, I suppose. I imagine it probably wasn't the ballast resistor, but it fires. So that's a plus. I still don't think we have a key. No starter key. This relay down here, I'm sure, is bad because we get power to it, or the ground is bad, one of the two. But it goes up into this harness somewhere, so hard to tell where that goes. But something there is not working like it should. But hey, it runs. So let's try that again. Turn the key on, see if we can't keep it running for just a little bit. I might try and suck some of this stuff out, and that way there ain't too much blowing around in here. But I didn't hear any big bangs or knocks, so I'll go get the extension cord. Also on the intro, I believe I missed the fact that when I looked at this car Saturday, I did check the oil, the coolant, and the transmission. All of them are like perfect, and brakes perfect fluid wise, and I don't really know how they are operational wise yet, but I don't have any reason to believe that they won't work. So let's go ahead and try and fire this thing up again, see if we can't keep it running for just a little bit, and see how it sounds. I think the key's still on. Yep, key's on. things. Doesn't smell great, but there is mice stuff everywhere, so you know, you'll have that. But sounds good from the back. I don't know about up here on this side. Doesn't seem to be smoking up the shop terrible. No big leaks or nothing like that. Sounds pretty good, actually. There's nothing coming out fuel-wise on this fuel line here, so I don't know. We're either out of fuel or it just ain't pulling nothing, but yeah, I don't know. Do it one more time. Yep. Still no bunch of smoke or nothing like that. Seems to sound pretty good. Might go grab some gas and see if we can't keep it running through the floats there. See if it'll run a little better on something like that, and then maybe set that pump up to try and pull through the 5-gallon jug I got and see if we can get it to idle. So, there's one thing that we know about GM. They run on freedom. Let's see if Mopars do the same thing. Just dump way too much in there, you know, try and set it on fire. Turn the key back on too. Well, we got things happening. It's hard to get it in that reservoir there without just making a huge mess on everything. Should be enough to be able to look in there and see if we got squirter action or not. We do. Accelerator pump works. Not too bad. Not too bad. Well, let's see if this pump works and see if we can get it to run by itself. Alright, so went ahead and rigged up a fuel system real quick. So I got this line going down to our inlet of our pump, straight into a nice jug of fuel. And then from that line I got a new fuel filter in there, and then into the carb. So basically, C10 around, you always have them filters around. So I went ahead and threw one of them in there and get that choke held open. Basically, I'm going to try and prime this a little bit without getting it completely everywhere, hopefully. And then I'll shove it down into the tank. So yeah, I went ahead and dumped a little bit into here. So let that get down towards the pump. Maybe be a little easier to prime after sitting for so long, sitting dry. Get that down in there. It's already filling up the filter just by lifting up on this here. So hopefully we'll be good there. I'm gonna go ahead and shove it down into the jug here, and we'll see what we got. That filter is still filling up already, so that might be a good thing. Sometimes these cars will surprise you. I mean, Chevelle, literally, I've only put one filter on it. C10, put at least one a week in there, and I'm just too lazy to take the tank out and clean it. So we'll see what this one presents. If the pump works, we'll hook it back up to the system there. I'll dump some of that into it, see if we can run it off the tank, and see what we got. So I'm gonna go grab a rag, dry my hand off a little bit, fire this thing up and see if it'll pull fuel. Alright, so key is on, fuel hooked up. Let's see what we get here. Hopefully it'll pull something, because it's starting to get a little low on the go-go juice here. It's pulling. It's up there. Can't get much better than that. Everything looks alright here. Do a quick walk around. Actually sounds really good. Just like that. Running smooth too. Seems like it might be charging. No oil or brake light, but I don't know if they work. We'll see if the temp gauge goes up or not. Seems to run pretty good. Heck yeah. turns off with the key. Sweet. Well, I wish it would start with the key. It won't do that, but it turns off with the key, so that's half the battle. That's it. It runs. Trying to decide if I want to jack the back up, see if we got a transmission, see if the tires even turn. But that requires me to carry a jack all the way in here, and it doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. But obviously can't do it with that sitting there, so maybe we'll hook that back up to there and pour some fuel into the tank, see if that gauge will go up at all. If it does that, then we can at least run it off of that, not have this sitting out here, and maybe try and snip it in reverse and drive and see if it'll move, see if it'll stop. Obviously I don't want to go forward too much because it might not get back in here, but don't know. We'll hook this back up real quick, pour some fuel in it, and we'll be right back. Be about 4.2 gallon in there. Let's see if the gauge does anything. Fuel gauge says didn't move. Which is kind of what I'm wondering about the temp too, because I don't know if this stuff is actually coming on or not. I don't know if we got a fuse blown or what, but I mean, ain't got no radio, no blower. We do have wipers. We got lights, but just don't know. Don't have wipers with the key off, so I don't know. Temperature gauge doesn't seem to be moving either. I don't know if it's just not gotten hot enough or what, but let's see if we can fire this thing up and see if it'll run off of the tank anyway. Key on. Gotta get something in there. Hold that choke open again. Typical. Where'd my choke holder openers go? There they are. Pull fuel from the tank or not. Thinking about it. Trying. There it goes. Now we got fuel from the tank. You can see it changed color pretty quick. Yeah, she's pretty nasty, but seems to be running pretty good. Alright guys, so the temp gauge is working. See right there, it's gone up a little bit. I think we had an air pocket. That's what was going on. That's why I wasn't reading. This upper radiator hose didn't have anything in it. Being that the back of the car was jacked up when I was trying to do everything, as you can see, the radiator hose is almost above this cap, so it wasn't getting full and getting down there to open up that thermostat. So I think we're good on that now. Seems like it's a lot cooler than it was, so that's doing its job now. It's getting up in kind of the middle range, so we'll make sure it stays there, it doesn't overheat, and then we'll
jack the back end back up and see if we can't get it to spin. Let's see if this thing will start right back up. Temp gauge going up. See if it'll fire back up. Like nothing. So we got her jacked up here. See what we got. Temp gauge in the middle. Going down. I don't know how it's going down. That radiator is tiny. It is definitely hot when you shut it off, so hopefully it'll stay cool. I don't know. But anyhow, got brake pedal, so let's see if we got reverse. Backwards. Don't really have brakes. Forwards. Still really no brakes, but well, there you have it. We got backwards and forwards, and the wheels stop when you put it in neutral, so the brakes are probably dragging a little bit, but I'm sure it'll come out of that. Other than that, it's got good vacuum because I could feel it when I shut the car off. I could feel the pedal change, so I think we're good on that. Let's see what we got in here. Fluid wise, there's plenty in there, so I'm sure they're either needing bled or just kind of need broke free. But either way, we got movement, so that's a plus. So I think for this episode, guys, we're gonna end it off right there. I know it's probably a pretty long one, but hey, this is what we're on the channel to do. This is what we really want to do, so we're gonna try and get this home next episode, and we'll see what happens there. But so far this thing is running awesome. Everything seems to be working as it should, so if you would like, subscribe, please share this. I know this is going to be hopefully a pretty good one. I know I haven't really had a revival since the Chevelle, and that's been quite a while ago. So that's all I got for you today, guys. We'll keep it coming for you. Like I said, like and subscribe, and you're not going to want to miss this thing getting cleaned up. I think this thing is going to come up great. I think it's going to clean up awesome, interior, exterior, and then when we're done with this, it might just be for sale. So if you're interested in it, let me know, and when we're done cleaning it up and driving it around just a little bit, then maybe we'll put her up for sale and one of you guys can nab this thing. So that's it for now, guys. Keep it coming to you.